Hi, I'm Christina Blacker. Welcome to the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club, host site for back-to-back Breeders' Cup World Championships in 2024 and in 2025. Situated on the sunny shores of the Pacific Ocean, around 20 miles north of San Diego, Del Mar is one of the world's most beautiful racetracks and has established itself as a must-visit racing destination for fans all around the globe. The Seaside Oval has hosted two previous Breeders' Cups, in 2017 and most recently in 2021, where a capacity crowd contributed to a record two-day Breeders' Cup wagering handle while witnessing the world's best horses compete for ultimate glory. The Del Mar Thoroughbred Club has one of the most storied histories of any racecourse in North America, and today we're going to take you on a behind-the-scenes tour to share some of that history as we saddle up for the 41st Breeders' Cup World Championships. The history of the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club can be traced back to the golden age of Hollywood, and one name in particular, Bing Crosby. Bing founded the course back in 1937, and his legend well and truly lives on to this day. Bing was as big a Hollywood star as they come. The singer and actor had dozens of #1 hits while playing the starring role in countless blockbuster films. He was also a racing fan and a marketing guy. On opening day in 1937, Bing brought along his Hollywood buddies and invited fans to come and see the movie stars. Thousands of racegoers lined up to get a glimpse of Hollywood royalty and were personally met here at the gates by the man himself as a new history of racing got underway, right here where the turf meets the surf. Bing wrote the song Where the Turf Meets the Surf in honor of his love for Del Mar. It's a tune that is still embraced by the crowd before the first race on every single race day.
Where the turf meets the surf, down at old Del Mar, take a plane, take a train, take a car.
Ever wondered why the first post at Del Mar is always 2 p.m. or later? Well, we could thank Bing for that too. You see, he used to like entertaining his Hollywood friends in the turf club after the races, and these legendary parties would often go on until the early hours. Given he was also partial to a game of golf, the 2 p.m. race start was born and has been a tradition here at Del Mar ever since. How many of you know that the photo finish was born right here at the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club? We're at the famous diamond-patterned finish post at Del Mar, the scene of two extremely tight photo finishes back in 2021. When firstly, Aloha West edged Dr. Schivel by a nose in the Qatar Racing Breeders' Cup Sprint.
Here's Aloha West flying down the center of the track. Here's the wire. Oh, it's close. Aloha West may have run down Dr. Schivel in the end.
Before, Marsh Lorraine secured a historic Breeders' Cup Saturday double for Japan, holding off Dunbar Road's late rally in the Longines Distaff.
They're coming to the wire, and it is! Oh, it's desperately close! Was it Marsh Lorraine, or was it Dunbar Road in the Breeders' Cup Distaff? It's Marsh Lorraine. Whoa!
These days, photos of tight finishes can be produced within seconds to help stewards establish the winner. Interestingly, the history of the photo finish can be traced back to right here at the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club. You see, before Del Mar opened its doors in 1937, stewards used to rely on their eyesight and split-second judgments to determine the winner in a tight finish, which, as you could imagine, would often lead to disputes and some pretty grumpy horse players. But given Del Mar's deep roots with Hollywood, founder Bing Crosby enlisted an engineer from a movie studio called Lorenzo Del Riccio to record the finish of each race with his newly created camera, essentially inventing horse racing's photo finish. Such was the success of the photo finish, racetracks all around the country came knocking, and despite being under contract with his movie studio employer, Lorenzo had found himself quite the lucrative side hustle. He would reportedly go on to sell his camera to the racetracks for the princely sum of $300,000 each, way back in the 1930s, which equates to more than $5 million per camera in today's money. Lorenzo managed to keep one step ahead of his employer as they chased him across the country, and it's rumored he eventually retired to the island of Capri. So next time your horse is involved in a photo finish, remember the innovative spirit of the early founders of Del Mar, where the photo finish was born, forever changing the world of horse racing. Side note, did you know there has only been one dead heat in the history of the Breeders' Cup? The 2003 Breeders' Cup Turf at Santa Anita delivered one of the most thrilling finishes in the history of the World Championships, when 3 horses, Johar, High Chaparral, and Fall Brav, went head for head to the wire. There was a 13-minute steward's review of the photo before the race was declared a dead heat between Johar and High Chaparral, marking the first, and to this day, only, Breeders' Cup dead heat. Have you ever wondered how much $1 million in cash weighs? Well, let me tell you, 22 pounds. I'm deep underground in the money room at the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club, where on a regular race day, millions of dollars will pass through these doors and get sent to the betting windows around the track before making its way back here to get counted up and sent via armored vehicles to the bank at the end of the day. During the Breeders' Cup, the millions are multiplied. Del Mar keeps $1 million cash on hand under lock and key for any big winners on race day that would prefer to take home cash rather than a check. What would you do? It might be a decision for the winner of this year's Breeders' Cup Betting Challenge, one of the richest and most prestigious horse player tournaments, which offers an estimated $1.25 million in cash prizes. Does anyone need this back? One of the most iconic moments in the history of world horse racing happened right here at the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club back in 1938, when national hero Seabiscuit battled Bing Crosby's Argentinian-bred Ligarati in a match race. More than 20,000 fans packed these stands at Del Mar, including Hollywood celebrities, for the showdown between the 2 equine titans. A pot of $25,000 was put up for grabs. That was $10,000 more than Seabiscuit's match race with War Admiral. The crowd went crazy as Seabiscuit and Ligarati were side by side, head to head down the stretch before Seabiscuit prevailed on the wire, breaking the track record by 4 seconds in the process. The race was broadcast live across the country on Bing Crosby's radio show, putting Del Mar well and truly on the map in just its 2nd year of operation. That wraps up our behind-the-scenes tour from beautiful Del Mar, but I want to leave you with one last piece of trivia. The Del Mar Thoroughbred Club is the only racetrack in North America with direct access to the beach. And up until the 1980s, trainers used to walk their horses through a tunnel under the train tracks directly onto the soft sand and straight into the Pacific Ocean. For the horses, it was a refreshing break from their regular routine, and the cold water was natural therapy for their legs. It's time for me to go take a dip before the races this afternoon. We look forward to welcoming you to where the turf meets the surf for the Breeders' Cup World Championships this November.